Have you ever felt like your vibe is off and you can't put your finger on it? You might be unknowingly doing things that mess with your spiritual flow. Keep watching and you'll find out the 9 anti-spiritual traps you need to dodge. This could just be the missing piece to your higher consciousness. Spiritual bypassing is a common behavior that occurs when individuals use spiritual beliefs or practices as a way to sidestep challenging emotions or psychological issues. It's like putting a spiritual band-aid on deep emotional wounds, avoiding the real work needed for healing and growth. This can hinder genuine spiritual progress by creating a facade of enlightenment while neglecting the messy aspects of our inner selves. When someone engages in spiritual bypassing, they may use phrases like, "Everything happens for a reason," or "It's all in divine order," to dismiss or escape from uncomfortable feelings. This avoidance can be deceiving, as it may seem like a shortcut to peace, but in reality, it delays the necessary introspection and understanding of our emotional landscape. Genuine spiritual growth involves facing the complexities of our emotions and psychological challenges head-on. Spiritual bypassing undermines this process by promoting a superficial sense of tranquility without addressing the roots of our struggles. It's essential to recognize that embracing spirituality doesn't mean avoiding difficult feelings, but rather navigating through them with authenticity and awareness. A legalistic spirit in spirituality involves rigidly adhering to religious or spiritual laws without genuine compassion and understanding. It's like following a set of rules without considering the context or the impact on others. This approach can hinder spiritual growth by creating a judgmental and narrow-minded perspective. When someone adopts a legalistic spirit, they may prioritize adherence to rituals and rules over empathy and kindness. This rigid mindset can lead to a lack of understanding and compassion towards those who may not conform to the same set of beliefs or practices. It creates a divide, emphasizing adherence to the letter of the law rather than embracing the spirit of unity and love. Spirituality is meant to be a journey of the heart, fostering connection and understanding. However, a legalistic spirit can turn it into a checklist of do's and don'ts, creating a sense of superiority for those who feel they are following the rules correctly. This undermines the essence of spirituality, which is about cultivating a loving and compassionate approach to oneself and others. To counteract a legalistic spirit, it's essential to recognize that spirituality is not about rigid conformity, but about personal transformation and growth. Embracing a more compassionate and empathetic approach allows for a deeper understanding of the diverse ways people engage with their spirituality. This shift from legalism to compassion opens the door to a more inclusive and enriching spiritual journey. Materialistic distractions in spirituality refer to the challenges of being overly focused on material possessions, social status, or worldly desires, which can divert attention from inner growth and spiritual exploration. It's like chasing after external achievements instead of nurturing the internal aspects of our being. This behavior impedes genuine spiritual progress by prioritizing the transient over the enduring. When individuals succumb to materialistic distractions, they may prioritize accumulating possessions or seeking external validations, believing that these external factors contribute to their spiritual fulfillment. However, this external focus often leads to a shallow and fleeting sense of satisfaction, missing the depth and richness that genuine spiritual exploration offers. True spiritual growth involves turning inward, discovering the profound aspects of our inner selves. Materialistic distractions, on the other hand, pull us outward, creating a perpetual cycle of desire and acquisition that doesn't contribute to lasting contentment. It's crucial to recognize that while external comforts may bring temporary pleasure, they don't address the deeper yearnings of the soul. To avoid being consumed by materialistic distractions, it's essential to shift the focus towards inner reflection, mindfulness, and understanding. By recognizing the impermanence of external possessions and acknowledging that true fulfillment comes from within, individuals can break free from the cycle of chasing after material gains and redirect their energy towards authentic spiritual exploration. The impact of careless talk and neglecting devotions on spiritual growth is significant. Careless talk involves speaking without mindfulness, using words that may harm or create discord. Neglecting devotions refers to the disregard for consistent spiritual practices that help nurture inner connection and growth. When individuals engage in careless talk, they may not realize the power of their words in shaping their own spiritual environment and affecting those around them. Words can carry energy and intent, and careless speech can create negativity, hindering the development of a positive spiritual atmosphere. This behavior is like planting seeds of discord instead of cultivating a garden of harmony. Neglecting devotions adds another layer of challenge to spiritual growth. Consistent spiritual practices such as meditation or prayer serve as anchors that ground individuals in their spiritual journey. Closed-mindedness to diverse spiritual perspectives poses a risk to genuine spiritual growth. This behavior involves being resistant to exploring or accepting viewpoints different from one's own spiritual ideology. It's like building walls around one's beliefs, limiting the potential for growth and understanding. When individuals exhibit closed-mindedness, they may hold on to a singular spiritual perspective without considering alternative viewpoints. This rigid stance can hinder personal growth by preventing exposure to the richness and diversity of spiritual thought. It's akin to staring at a single puzzle piece and believing it represents the entire picture, missing the broader beauty of the spiritual landscape. True spiritual growth involves an openness to different perspectives and experiences. Closed-mindedness acts as a barrier to this openness, limiting the ability to learn from diverse traditions, practices, and insights. Embracing a more open-minded approach allows individuals to glean wisdom from various sources, contributing to a more comprehensive and well-rounded spiritual understanding. To avoid closed-mindedness, it's essential to recognize that diversity in spiritual perspectives can enhance rather than diminish one's own spiritual journey. Instead of fearing differences, an open-minded attitude fosters a deeper appreciation for the vast tapestry of human spirituality. This shift towards openness allows for a more enriching and inclusive spiritual exploration. Ego-driven spirituality presents a stumbling block to genuine spiritual growth. This behavior occurs when individuals use their spiritual beliefs to boost their ego or sense of superiority over others. It's like inflating a balloon of self-importance with spiritual concepts, distancing oneself from the humility and self-awareness essential for authentic spiritual practice. When someone engages in ego-driven spirituality, they may use their spiritual knowledge or experiences as a means of establishing superiority over those who may not share the same beliefs. This attitude undermines the true essence of spirituality, which is about inner transformation and connection, not a tool for self-elevation. It's akin to using spirituality as a ladder for personal gain rather than a mirror for self-reflection. Genuine spiritual growth involves humility and self-awareness, recognizing that everyone is on their unique journey with its own lessons and challenges. Ego-driven spirituality, however, blinds individuals to their own imperfections and inhibits their ability to empathize with others. It's crucial to remember that spirituality is not a competition or a measure of one's worth. It's a shared journey towards deeper understanding and compassion. To overcome ego-driven spirituality, individuals must cultivate humility and genuine self-awareness. Acknowledging one's vulnerabilities and recognizing the value in every individual's spiritual path fosters a more authentic connection with oneself and others. This shift from ego-driven to humble spirituality is fundamental for creating a spiritual practice that nurtures personal growth and genuine connection. Excessive ritualism within spiritual practices can impede genuine spiritual growth. This behavior involves blindly following rituals without understanding their significance, turning spiritual practices into mere routines rather than meaningful expressions of inner connection. It's like mechanically going through the motions of a dance without feeling the rhythm or understanding the music. When individuals engage in excessive ritualism, they may perform spiritual ceremonies without true intention or awareness. This approach can lead to a superficial experience, where the focus is on the external actions rather than the internal transformation. It's akin to reciting words without understanding their meaning, missing the depth and purpose behind the rituals. Genuine spiritual growth requires a deep understanding of the meaning and intention behind rituals. Excessive ritualism, on the other hand, can create a disconnect between the individual and the spiritual practice. It becomes a repetitive act rather than a conscious engagement with the divine or the inner self. The danger lies in mistaking the repetition of rituals for spiritual progress, while the essence of the practice remains untouched. To overcome excessive ritualism, individuals need to approach spiritual practices with mindfulness and intention. Understanding the significance of each ritual fosters a more profound connection with the spiritual journey. It's not about the quantity or frequency of rituals, but about the quality of engagement and the internal resonance they create. Attachment to outcomes in one's spiritual journey can have a negative impact on genuine growth. This behavior involves becoming overly fixated on specific results or expectations, creating rigid standards that may not align with the natural ebb and flow of personal development. It's like planting a seed and demanding it to grow on a predetermined schedule, disregarding the inherent process of growth. When individuals develop strong attachments to particular outcomes in their spiritual journey, they risk imposing unnecessary stress on themselves. This attachment can lead to frustration and disappointment if things don't unfold exactly as envisioned. It's akin to expecting a specific path to enlightenment and overlooking the valuable lessons that emerge from unexpected twists and turns. True spiritual growth involves a flexible and open-minded approach, allowing for organic evolution rather than forcing predefined outcomes. Using spirituality as a means of escapism from life's challenges and responsibilities can hinder genuine personal development. This behavior involves turning to spiritual practices solely as a refuge from the complexities and difficulties of the real world. It's like seeking solace in a comforting fantasy instead of confronting the practical aspects of life. When individuals use spirituality as an escape, they risk avoiding the necessary engagement with real-world issues and responsibilities. It's akin to closing one's eyes to the demands of daily life while immersing oneself solely in the ethereal aspects of spiritual pursuits. This approach may provide temporary relief, but it can lead to a lack of groundedness and hinder the integration of spiritual insights into everyday living. True spirituality involves a harmonious balance between the spiritual and the practical aspects of life. Using spirituality as an escape can create a disconnection between one's spiritual beliefs and the lived experience. It's essential to recognize that spiritual growth occurs not only in moments of tranquility, but also in the midst of life's challenges, where lessons are learned and wisdom is gained. To overcome the trap of spirituality as an escape, individuals need to integrate their spiritual practices with a grounded and responsible approach to life. This means addressing real-world issues, fulfilling responsibilities, and finding ways to apply spiritual insights to navigate challenges effectively. A holistic approach to spirituality ensures that the benefits of inner growth contribute positively to one's overall well-being. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and stay tuned for more insightful content.